Yo, what is up, everybody? My name is JC, part of the Fire Squad crew. Today we have a new podcast, special guest, the homie. You want to introduce yourself, brother?
Hey, what's up, world? My name is Joseph, born and raised here in Vegas.
Yes, sir. Hold on, I'm going to put this down really quick. That was a nice little drop, huh?
I agree.
All right, for sure.
Right.
All right, so we're just going to get straight into it. How you been, bro?
All right, man. I've been good, man. You know me, living a little bit.
So for those who don't know Joseph, he's a homie from college. We had a class together. We had econ, what?
103?
103.
Yeah, 103.
With the best professor of all time.
For reals, man.
I forgot her name.
Dude, it's Lyman. Shout out to Professor Lyman if you're watching.
Mr. Lyman, I love you.
I love you wholeheartedly, too.
Dude, she was dope, man. She was the most chill professor I've ever had in college, bro.
Probably the most chill person ever, to be honest.
Yeah, I do. Remember? Oh, you weren't there, but you know how I had the class back to back?
Uh-huh.
In the first class, on the final day, she got hella mad with the computer people. All right, thank you.
Okay.
That's all good. I'll just cut that.
No, dude.
It's
Leave
funny.
it on. It's authentic, man. It's
funny.
all uncensored.
Funny. So, but yeah, so we had econ together, dope ass professor. You know, she was a cool person. But I remember one day you just came up to me in the computer lab, right? And that's when you told me about the podcast because I had followed you on Instagram and like I posted it or something.
Uh-huh.
So what made you interested in talking me about it, and B, coming on?
All right, so I guess the first answer for your question is that I got interested as soon as I saw your Instagram, how you're promoting your videos, and it caught my attention. I see like you grab anyone in, and you always ask them about how they're living, how they're doing, and what their thoughts about a lot of aspects in lives. And I figure, you know what? Let's give these people a show. You know, I want to give out my personal story and my experiences.
Oh, dope! This is cool.
Yeah, and I see like I never knew you personally.
Yeah, because we were just classmates. You know,
Yeah,
get work done and shit.
And we get along though.
Yeah, we got along. Yeah,
I was the funny one too.
For sure though. But I mean, yeah. So where did you? Let's go back from where it began.
Okay.
Where were you born?
So I was born here in Vegas, born and raised Sunrise Hospital. Shout out, I guess. And growing up, my parents took me to a private Christian school, actually.
Oh, okay.
And from all 2nd grade to 10th grade, I've been to that school almost all my life. And we were a small school.
Right.
And just to imagine how, since you've been in that same school almost your whole life, you kind of see not much change.
Not a lot of different perspectives and stuff.
And there were not a lot of people either. I'll give you an example. One time, and when I was in 9th grade, there were only 5 students in total, and only 1 girl.
Oh my God. For real?
For real.
And this is the whole 9th grade?
The whole 9th grade, the whole course, all year.
Hold on, you did this your whole high school career too?
Nah, hold on.
Okay.
So then on 10th grade, we had, of course, a few 9th graders, and actually some 9th graders from my previous year. Only like 1 or 2 didn't show up.
Okay.
And I mean, that's just how it was. And we get along. Since it's a small school, we know each other kind of personally.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we had a stronger bond. And we, since it was like a Christian private school, I could say you kind of know more about religion, our own religion, which is Seventh-day Adventism.
Okay.
And after that, I went to Mojave because they didn't offer 11th to 12th grade. So those my last 2 years I was at Mojave, and
that was a big change for you, no? I would imagine.
Yeah, bro. My first day, I remember I saw a fight. Dude, I was so excited. Like this is exactly like in 2016 when Snapchat was barely starting.
Okay.
And I remember as soon as I had an LG Leon, so it was like a crappy phone. It was kind of hood, and it was.
I didn't have a phone in high school, bro.
Oh my gosh. But I remember I was going to lunch, and I think it was like the first period of lunch, and all of a sudden you just see people coming in and just
Frenzy.
huddling up, and
oh my God.
And I said, "Oh, the hell, what's going on?" And I look out there, right, and I peeked up because I was kind of short back then, but I kind of peeked up and I saw like these 2 people. They were just fighting, going at it.
Oh my
and I took out my phone, my LG Leon, and that thing you can't even hear things. Like let's say I record my story, it'd be like
It'd just
all
be
day
like all
long.
weird and shit.
Yeah, you can't hear shit because it's an Android, you know.
Fuck Androids, bro.
But I got excited.
Uh-huh.
I turned around and said, "First fight."
Yeah,
That
that's first day of
wild.
school.
I love my
Hey,
junior year,
that's
man.
Mojave right there for y'all, man. That's Mojave. I went to Rancho. That bitch was ghetto as fuck. But that Mojave, you know,
No, that's a new nothing level, man. We had a pig farm next to it. I remember every time you get off from school,
it always
you smell
smelled like
that, bro.
shit. That's
Oh my
true.
gosh.
I passed. My cousin lives over there, and I always pass by that place. It smells like shit.
Yeah, it really did smell like shit.
Bad.
Mm.
Damn. So you went to a Christian school. So are you? I would imagine Christian, right?
When people say Christian, it's hard to answer that because
Uh-huh.
apparently there's a whole branch of Christianity. Like I give you example. Do you count
Okay.
Catholicism Christian by any chance?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm not too. I don't really know. But what's it called? My family is very Catholic, and then like I have a little branch of the same family that is Christians. But I know they got like it was my grandma was Catholic, right?
Mm.
My grandpa, R.I.P. He converted Christian. He switched over or whatever, and he divorced because of that. It was a big deal in my family, and then so I guess
And you look up at your grandfather, right? From your dad's side or your mom's side?
my dad's side.
Your dad's side. And he was the
Uh-huh.
one who converted?
He's the one that turned into a Christian. Yes.
That is a big deal.
Yeah. So I don't know why they broke up. I don't think it was necessary, but yeah.
Yeah, things happen. A lot of people do change for religion as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that a lot when you're part of like a religion and you
Mhm.
see like someone who's not from the church and they start to get involved with them in their
Mhm.
lives, it changes. It really does change.
Yeah, it does. But what I was gonna say, so are you very religious? Like, do you like you do a lot of things for
A lot of
Lord?
times, yes.
Okay.
And a lot of times, no.
Okay.
That's after high school. I started to work at restaurants,
Uh huh.
and then that really conflicts both religion and your work lifestyle.
Wait, working in a restaurant?
Yeah, I worked at 4 restaurants in total.
Wait, hold on. So working in a restaurant conflicts with your religion or what?
Yes, a lot of times.
Why? That's interesting.
All right, so
that's so interesting.
I give example. In my religion,
Uh-huh.
we're similar to the Jewish faith,
Jewish faith. Okay.
meaning that we don't work on Saturdays. That's a huge factor.
Oh,
and
okay.
when you worked at restaurants, which day is the most busiest of all the week?
The weekend, Saturdays.
Saturdays and
So you're
Fridays.
always Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, and I always it's a struggle. Like sometimes when I go like a restaurant, I can't work on this day. They're like, that's the
Sorry.
busiest day, man. Like
Hey,
you
we
can't.
need you for that day.
Exactly.
Because I remember one time, because related to that, I was talking to my grandma once I started doing all this podcast shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I started DJing and all that. I told my grandma, I was like, man, I'm so excited. Like, I'm down to do this, and I'm down to work 24/7 all the
my
time,
gosh.
all the time. Like, because I love it, you know. Like, I'm gonna keep on pushing and pushing. I'm not gonna get tired because it's my favorite thing to do in the world or whatever. And my grandma was like, "You're crazy, boy. You gotta take Sundays off."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? Like, what you mean? Like for football or like
For football.
And then
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, and then
Oh, I have a
she
story
was,
for that
she
too.
was explaining to me like, nah, like we don't work on Sundays and stuff like that. So that's crazy that your restaurant wasn't allowing. So they just said straight up no, because like to me in the workplace, if an employee were to like, hey, I can't do this because of religion, for sure, I got you. But
Yeah,
they said straight up no.
And that's another thing. Typically, if they didn't say, like, let's say you get hired in a restaurant
Uh-huh.
and they didn't know that you can't work on a specific day from the very beginning of the interview,
Mm-hmm.
they have the right to say no to you. But if you let them know, like
Oh.
the very beginning, like, oh, it's based by religious reasons, then they can't say no to you
So
because
you kind of wiggled it because you
have
wanted
to.
to.
Bro.
Yeah,
You have to.
okay.
If they say no, it's to discriminate for towards religion, and that's like against business laws, and
Yeah.
it can get you a lot of trouble.
Damn.
And you can be in the news too.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I remember for the place you told me that you worked at, you saw Canelo, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
How was
so
that?
Let me get you from there. All right. So
All right, yeah.
I started working in a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to work in an Italian restaurant that's called Carmine's,
Carmites.
and that's located at the Forum Shops. The reason why I wanted to work there is
Okay.
because my dad worked at a restaurant next to it that's called Trevi.
Trevi.
And Trevi, they're both Italian, and it's so good. Like I love the
I was
food,
about
man.
to say, I love Italian.
Of course, it's a classic.
Pasta's probably bomb as fuck, huh?
Everything. And here's the thing: what got me interested in restaurants because my dad, he used to be a corporate trainer. He used to start from the very bottom for Trevi, and he rose. And every time when he picked me up from my private school, we go straight to the kitchen, or he take me to these cool places. Like there's this store that's called Restaurant Depot, where they sell everything what a restaurant wants. Like if you want like a big ass lamb just hanging, they have it.
Oh, like meat and stuff.
They have meats and cheese.
Okay.
Like, dude, you have to walk in a refrigerator. So they give you like complimentary jackets.
Oh, cool.
So you get in and then you see like cheese from Italy and France. You see vegetables from here.
Whoa. Because when you said that, I was like, oh, the kid of the restaurant place. I thought you were talking about like silverware and like different pots and stuff. Or do they got that too? Or
they got everything.
Oh, for real, they got that too, and like the meat
and they have the meats from New Zealand. They have salmon. They have lobsters. Do anything what a restaurant wants, like let's say last minute, because in the restaurant industry, you gotta have your own man to get your stuff.
Your own distributor.
But if you're like, you ran out, like let's say you ran out of something,
right?
You need
go
something
there
real quick. That's your spot.
Okay.
But what's interesting about that spot is not anyone can go. The only way you can get in there is you have your card, business card. And you have a license saying that you have a business.
Makes sense.
And my dad told me you don't even need to a restaurant. Like it could be like an office because they need like to buy toilet paper, right?
For their employees.
Exactly. Or customers as well.
Wow. That's
so
very interesting.
Growing up, that was my thing. I wanted to work in a restaurant, and we all been to those phases where we don't know what we wanted to be when we were young, right?
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of us are still going through
and
it.
Still doing it, yeah. But for me, I was very fortunate enough to know what I wanted to do, and I wanted to own my own restaurant.
Oh, so that's the whole thing?
That's why you met me at Econ, bro. I'm trying to learn how to run business.
There you go.
But
Feel it, bro.
Okay. I wanted to work at Carmine's, and they gave me the interview, and they said no to me because they said I need to be 21 to be a busser, which is later on I believe them, but later on in life it's totally BS.
Yeah,
because
you're not. I mean,
you can't be 21 if you're a busser.
Is it because of like wine maybe?
Well, the reason why they say that is because they see a guy that's 18 years old, no experience in restaurants, just starting, and he wants to work there. Like, there's no way, you know?
Yeah.
But I was very fortunate. My dad knew the HR from Carmine's because my dad and her, they used to be, like, really close together. They were managers together. Well, they're really close. And she said, hey, there's a restaurant that's by the link that's called Virgil's. Just go in there and apply, and most likely you'll get hired. Okay. And I did that.
And then there they accept 18-year-olds and all that.
They accepted anyone. You see people from all over the world, from all different aspects. And that's where
place, I never heard of this place, bro. This place must be super fancy.
It's not fancy. It's American barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah, and I kid you not, they have the best wings.
They got the best wings?
Yeah, they have the best wings. See, they smoke them shit, bro. 5 hours.
Yeah, they have them
so
like for a long
spicy,
time.
barbecue flavor. It makes you hungry, bro. And just by thinking about it. And I remember sometimes, I know I shouldn't say this in camera, but a lot of times when someone don't finish their plates, and I was a busser, so they clean plates. When we picked it up and nobody ate their wings, oh, bro, they're going straight somewhere else besides
bro,
the back.
I applaud you for that because that's wasting food. Like, we can't do that.
You'd be surprised.
Bro, we can't. I don't
You'd be
know.
surprised.
I don't want to know, man. I used to work at, my first job ever was at Subway.
Dang, everybody worked at Subway.
Everybody worked at Subway, bro. I used to trap at a Subway, bro.
Oh, my God.
By myself, though. No, I had the Subway, and I worked by myself because I was still in high school. So once I got out of high school, I just closed, like, from 4 to whatever. And it was a very slow Subway. It was within, a food complex area in a gas station.
Yeah.
It's by Losi and Craig. No, by Losi and Cheyenne, right there by the college, by CSN. You know which one?
Ranch. In Cheyenne, Losi. Okay, yeah,
it's a little bit up the highway. Yeah, so then, it was very slow, basically.
Shit.
Yeah. So then I'll close by myself. Like, after my first week, bro, they're like, all right, you're closing by yourself. I was like, what? Like, okay, cool.
Your first week?
My first week ever working, bro.
Damn.
Like, period.
No one helping you out how to do shit. Just
no, they showed me, like, the week before, but after that, it was just me.
I get you.
And then it was fine. I was cool with it. I was like, oh, yes, it's not that bad. And then I remember, like, how much food I had to throw away, bro.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated that. Like, I was like, this is like wasting food, you know? Ain't gonna lie, you know, I put some of them cookies that I was gonna throw away in my backpack, bro.
Dude, I applaud to that, bro. So I worked there for 8 months, man. And the only reason why I quit is because a lot of you start to realize people really know how to kiss ass. They lick that shit, bros. Honestly,
Damn.
they really do.
They were trying to make you kiss ass, basically.
No, basically, when I was young, when I was still working there, I was pretty much like a powerhouse. People wanted me to work in their stations because
Right.
I had ambition. I didn't know much, but I know I wanted to work.
You had work ethic.
I had a work ethic.
Okay,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
And then I started cleaning tables quick, and uh, working was my huge matter. Like I didn't had anything else in life besides school and work,
Right.
and I gotta be good at both of them. Because you said it before. When you're Hispanic, school is always the biggest priority.
Yeah, that's very true in like the Latino community.
Yeah, and basically when I'm not at school, in school I had my ups and downs,
Yeah, I had
But-
hella downs.
Hella um, but when I was working there, it was yeah, everything was work, man. I focused
Uh-huh.
so much in work, and I had so much ambitions. And there's managers.
And you're
that
trying to move up the ladder.
I wanted to move up,
Okay.
and that's the thing. I wanted to move up, and the only position they had besides being a server, which you got to be 21 years old, which I will be in March 3rd.
There you go.
The only way you can be promoted was a food runner. And basically, what
Mm.
they do is they sit in the kitchen and they wait for the ticket to come out, and then they send the food to the table. Basically, you gotta know everything was in plate. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to do that, but
Uh-huh.
they fired his manager, and that manager, I look up to him actually. I try to hit him up again, saying, "Hey, I want to give you a little gift for your birthday."
Right.
And he was a nice guy. He's from New York, but
And it
I
didn't
guess
work
he
out
just-
with
he-
that company.
he didn't work out. Well, he's been accused of a couple things, but
Oh damn.
I can't say that in Canada.
Yeah, I don't wanna- I'll get into that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, but I always look up to him, and
Okay.
he always liked me as a employee. And there's this one guy that the only reason why I didn't get the promotion is because when they fired that manager and hired this new one, people started.
Oh, they gave it to him outside.
Well, my dad called them.
Uh-huh.
My dad called these people nariz rosa,
Nariz rosa, red nose.
no pink.
Oh, pink nose.
And I said, I remember my mom asking why you call him that.
Uh-huh.
And my dad says, well, at first they're called the brown nose, nariz café,
Cafe.
because they be kissing their ass and their nose gets in the way, bro. But when they do it for a long time, right, it fucking goes in and out and it fucking becomes pink. It's like, oh, that's just all right.
Okay, I
I
get
like
it
that,
now.
yeah.
So it's like a sore nose.
So that guy, he didn't work. Like he didn't have good work ethics. He always hides in the back, uses phones. I hate those kind of people.
no, bro. Dude, so you know what's funny? All right, so your story when you started working there is kind of just like, I guess, my story, like when I started working too, because I had, I always did work ethic work. I work at Michael Kors, by the way.
Dang.
And then I remember, and then like when I started in like late 2017, I was always like, nah, work. We gotta do the best possible. There's room for improvement always,
Of
right?
course, amen.
And I remember there was this manager, bro, and I was close with him, bro. We were homies, like we were like, what's our
Same
shit?
age?
No, he's older than I was. He was a supervisor,
Okay.
and then we were hella close. We were like hella close, bro. And then and I just started noticing. I'm like, hey, low key, maybe this guy's using me. You know what I mean? I was like, man, like, cause I'm like, yeah, I got you, bro, I got you, cause we're just boys like that. And I started noticing things. I'm like, I started opening my eyes. I'm like, man, this motherfucker is using me. So, one day I just like, hey, bro, like, what the hell? Like, you gotta do your part too, bro, whatever. And then he's like, what are you talking about? Blah blah blah. Like, we're all cool. I'm like, yeah, we're cool, bro, but you lazy. And then,
You
bro,
call him out like that?
yeah, dude. And then, bro, this
Damn.
nigga's buff, bro, super big. And then
Hispanic as well?
Nah, he's Filipino, something like that. I forgot what it was.
Alright.
But I remember I told him like, nah, bro, like you're a manager here, and we're not doing shit. Like I'm doing it for you. Basically, I'm running the show. Like I don't get paid what you get paid. We just work here. And then yeah, so I told him like, nah, what the hell? And he got mad from that, and he just started talking to me. Right. Next day, I work with him. All of the managers are there, all of them, bro. This is early in the morning though. They're preparing for a big event. All the managers were there, bro.
Dang.
And then, freaking, I forgot what I said, but he did something that pissed me off. Basically, I forgot what it was. And then I came back and I cursed him out
On the spot?
on the spot
In front of the managers?
in front of the managers,
Dang.
bro. And then, bro, we got into it. We didn't like throw fists or nothing, but we got like face to face. They had to separate us, blah blah blah.
Ugly ass.
Yeah, bro.
So, so basically what you're saying is you acted ratchet in front of everyone.
I didn't act ratchet.
Oh, are you trying to act hard?
I was no. I was defending my team, bro.
Defending my team.
The way this cat was, bro, the way he was doing things, bro. Well, I wasn't working with it because of the simple logic that he's a manager. He needs to contribute more. That was my thing. But back to the work ethic on your part. So you find that was just my little story. So you see, okay, so your whole life, you know that you wanted to be in the kitchen. You got into the kitchen. You tried it out and you really liked it. But then you moved on from there. What's next?
Okay, so things didn't go exactly how I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Had to keep my word, because I remember this one server told me, "Hey, don't ever quit this job. Don't quit this place. Don't quit on us." And I said, "Oh, the only time I will ever quit this place is when this guy gets promoted before me." And vice versa. That should happen. And it's like, all right. And a lot of things were happening, and it was very stressful, and it's just nothing was going correctly. And I said, you know what, fuck this shit. So I quit there, have a whole month off, and then I got very desperate. And then I asked this one friend of mine. His name is Walter Jimenez. He's a good man, and
shout out
I met
Walter.
at CSN.
Oh, okay.
And he told me, yeah, I know there's one spot, but the only difference is this is harder. Like, this is a local restaurant. And I said, oh, I don't care. I love jobs. I love to work. I didn't know what he meant until I worked
stupid
there.
busy.
No, not stupid busy.
Oh.
More work. Basically, what you do is when you're in that restaurant, you have to wait till everybody leaves. You have to sweep, mop, and scrub the floors once a week. And it's very far. It was all the way by Summerlin. And it's called Trattoria Reggiano. And I love the people there. People are very nice. It was very peaceful, very calm.
It was too far.
Yeah, it was far. I live in Northside, bros.
I live on the east side. That bitch is hella far.
Yeah, that shit's far. And I remember I took 215 every day to go to work. And my car was a Corolla 2000 back in the day. And that shit broke down on me twice. And that was every time it breaks down on me is twice when I was going back home. Like, it couldn't go before. But
at least it's like, because if you're going to work and it breaks down, then you're late and everything.
Well, you can say, "Oh, my car broke down." I can't.
No, yeah, that's the truth. But
yeah, but when it's out, like when you're going back home and that shit breaks down.
Yeah, because you're trying to go home and shit.
Trying to go home. I call my dad, and but it was a cool experience, a humble experience. A lot of times people thought I looked sad or mad because I didn't say much. But it's just that first job was like a breakup.
Yeah.
And I never had the longest relationship I had was 3 months. So I don't know what a real fucking breakup was.
Okay.
Until I worked that job, and then
wow.
That shit
and it's because you love restaurants and shit. That's really that's cool.
Yeah.
So what's your you want to own a restaurant? Do you want to be like the chef or just like the man behind everything, hiring chefs?
So here's the thing. When you worked in restaurants, there's 2 sections. There's front of the house and back of the house.
Front of the house, back of the house.
Back of the house is where the kitchen. That's where all the food's at. Front of the house was
inventory and stuff, and then front of the house is like guest service, customer service.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the thing is, my dad always told me never work back of the house. That's not where the money's at.
That's not where the money's at?
No. The money's where in front of the house. And that's because most servers
get tips.
Yeah, and those tips, depending where you work at, those tips are godsend. Like you'd be amazed by how much amount of money that a server could make if they're in a really well fine dining restaurant, which is where I'm at right now, on a daily night.
Damn. I have this homie who, or not a homie, but I know this person who works at a similar, not like the tip, like where he gets tip, right?
Yeah.
And he gets tip at like in a restroom. In a restroom, like he stands in the restroom and he like gives towels like when people are washing their hands.
You sure it's not Little Darlings or anything like that?
No, bro, ain't no little. It's not Little Darling. I swear, I was shook too. But basically, what he does is he gives tips in the restroom, or he gets tips in the restroom by maybe giving the tip, but like shit, I don't know what he does. He gives freaking napkins and shit like that. That's the way it was explained to me, and he said. He's like, oh yeah, I never walk out of here with less than $700.
Yeah,
dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
freaking the Strip.
Yeah,
Las Vegas Strip, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's where it's at. So besides going back to my story, and that is very common, and I know a lot of servers that make way more than that, double that too.
Damn,
triple sometimes. But I worked there, and all of a sudden I get this text from this one lady. She used to be a server from my first job, and she said, "Hey, I want you to come over and I want you to work with me, you know, as a food runner. But I
Mhm.
want you as a busser at first, but I'll promote you. And I said, you know what? I've always fought for that position. I
Mhm.
want to go for it. And I've always wanted. Now there's an opportunity. Might as well take it.
So you went back.
I went back.
So you circled. So you went
So the first restaurant was a barbecue place.
barbecue place
Second place, it was at an Italian
in
restaurant
Summerlin.
in Summerlin. And then the third place, it was a French restaurant that's at the link as well.
At the link.
And they're really like really close together.
Uh-huh.
And this French restaurant is called Favorite Bistro. And there, I feel more connected to the servers. Like more people, I feel more connected to
Okay.
because I was a food runner and
They
like,
just have a better environment there, or what?
it was totally brand new.
Oh, it was new.
Totally brand new. The whole place was pretty. And I remember when I got interviewed while they were still under construction.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh damn!
yeah,
It's super new.
it's
Wow.
super new. And I was just amazed. I was just amazed. They teach. That's where I learned more about fine dining, especially in the kitchen aspect. I've learned so much about and let's see, a lot of French terms like Madame, Monsieur.
Oh, that's how you gotta say it to everybody, huh?
Yeah, I had
That's pretty cool.
sometimes or s'il vous plaît.
Oh, s'il play. I know s'il play. S'il play. Can I do something?
This please.
Oh, it's please.
Yeah.
What's est-ce que peut je?
That part I don't know. What is that?
I think that one's can I go somewhere? Something like that. Yeah.
You took French?
Yeah, I took French for 2 years, bro.
Oui, oui.
I didn't learn jack. I was just freaking in the back chilling, bro.
Dang. But you learned a couple things.
Est-ce que peut je? Est-ce que peut je à la toilette? Can I go to the restroom? That's the only thing I learned, bro. In 2 years of French, bro, that shit was bad. I wish I took like a Spanish course or something, but
For me, it was écoute-moi. That means listen to me.
Écoute-moi.
Écoute-moi.
That's what you told your customers?
No, that's what the
Oh.
chefs tell me.
Ah,
Because
damn.
sometimes I can't look. I know I shouldn't say this in camera as well, but a lot of times I can't hear either. Like sometimes if you want to tell me something, you have to repeat shit to me because I can't hear the first time.
Oh, damn.
So every time when I don't fucking pay attention, they're chefs. They're French. And the main chef, he's from Morocco,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of chefs like a pastry chef. There's a lot of, and then the owner is French as well.
Mm.
He's the biggest French MMA fighter. They all speak French,
Oh, wow.
and they écoute-moi, écoute-moi, you know.
Damn.
And then shit the strange type of thing.
So what type of restaurant do you want to build under
wanna-
your name?
You
'Cause
know,
it seems to me you keep on hopping on this like European little tour, Italian, French. So is that the food that you want, or like
I want to aim Italian. That's
you want to aim Italian?
and I've only said this to the people that I care for, but I guess I care for everyone apparently. I wanted to live in Italy for 2 years,
Oh wow.
and I want to
Interesting.
have that authenticity, and I wanted to live that experience. I want the approval from the Italians in a way.
Oh, okay.
So when I come back here in Vegas, I wanted to open one here in the Strip
Okay.
and start off right there.
Bro, I'll go. Gotcha. I love Italian food, bro. I love my pasta, pizza, breadsticks, all that shit, bro. I love Italian food. It's on
that's
the top
thing,
of the
bro.
list for me, man. I'll definitely pull up. But what's it called? All right. So, and what is your, I guess, your plan, or how are you gonna, how have you structured your goal for that? Just save money and then invest.
Oh, so I want to give thanks to the people who hired me throughout these jobs because
Mhm.
I feel like if I ever just save up money and buy a restaurant off the spot, I would fail miserably.
Mm.
And the main reason why is because I've seen examples of that. I know that the French restaurant, which sadly it's not really how people expect it to be,
Mm-hmm.
and very likely most restaurants don't survive under 2 years.
Uh huh. Okay.
This
Yeah.
guy,
Most businesses fail.
they really do. But what I've been taught from that experience
Uh-huh.
is that when you don't know how to run anything,
Mm.
you don't know
So startups fail if you have little experience.
startups. Yeah,
Okay.
very, very, very little experience. Like this guy,
Mm-hmm.
if he spoke French, he'll give you free food.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm. And then
I'm
he,
learning French.
if you speak French, you get a pass. And then
Uh-huh.
he'll question you though. But
Oh.
if you can speak French, he'll give you free food for show.
And you think
and
that's
then-
good or bad? I think that's cool, low key.
It's cool when you're French.
No, I mean as in like a business, like you're kind of like, oh, you know, like this is a French authentic food. You speak French, you know. I'm just give you a little bit of food, you know, show you some love, show the customer some love.
Yeah, but that's a lot of love, man.
That's a
He
lot of
gave out a
love.
lot of love to almost everyone that he sees that speaks French. So if you speak
So he
French,
lost a lot. Okay.
you speak French or you're a pretty lady, and
Oh,
especially
damn.
at the strip at the link,
It's all
bro.
the girls.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's where they're at. And I want to go there during this St. Patrick's Day because at the link they have this march where
Mm-hmm.
it's a St. Patrick's march, march
Mm-hmm.
parade, and oh man, that's
It be packing, bro.
shoot, bro. It's very I remember there's this one bar that's called Tilt to Kill.
Uh-huh.
For those who don't know, Tilt to Kill is like a Hooters but for a bar,
Okay.
and basically there's a lot of servers, or bartenders. They wear kilts, and kilts are like those Scottish.
Okay, yeah.
Scottish skirts. Even the guys wear that shit, you know. But
Oh, okay. Damn. And
but
then they have like that little instrument. What is that shit called? The
bagpipe.
back.
But they don't have that. I
Oh,
don't,
they
I
don't
don't
got
know
it?
anyone plays that shit. But during St. Patrick's Day, bros,
Mhm.
I kid you not, it gets so packed, and they hire these midgets. Right? They
Oh
go
my
on top of the
God.
fucking bars and they serve you green beer, bros.
That's so cool.
That's hella type, bro.
And
I
then
want to go.
You're gonna be 21 by then, right?
3-3, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
21 in later in March 19th. So I can't make it this St. Patrick's here, but the next one for sure.
Well, I gotta look at the week because they do it for a whole week, bros.
Oh, you do it for a whole
I
week?
think so. I might be wrong. You may double check me on that.
Because I think that the 17th is
It's St. Patrick's Day.
yes, and mine's the 19th.
But they always make a big deal, like 3-day weekend thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's a weekend.
Fuck yeah, I'll check it
You
out.
gotta go, bros. That
Sounds
shit.
dope.
Oh my gosh. And it gets so wild. It gets so packed. You see money shots. People throw money up in the air, and you fucking.
God.
I be on the floor though. I be fucking picking that shit up, bros. Especially, bros.
Damn. I haven't experienced like Vegas, you know what I mean? Like I haven't, well, I can't go to a bar and stuff, but you know, I've been living in Vegas my whole life and I haven't seen that part of it yet, but
I see.
but I don't know, but like it doesn't really fit my vibe, but I'll check it out, of course, just to get a little taste
man. You
of
got
it.
to, man. You live in Vegas. You
I have
got
to
to
get
know
a little
Vegas
taste.
by heart, man.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. So after I worked at that French restaurant, it's been for a while, and it gets very hostile. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the chef, not the chef, the owner. He would like talk crap in front of you, in front of his own guests and shit.
Wow. Oh no, hell no. That's okay. That's like the worst thing, because for me, what I at least see, because my parents they own a bar, right?
Oh, okay.
And then what's it called? So that's always been the family business for me. I remember being a little kid, going to those bars and just like freaking stocking up the beer, cleaning up the chairs, stuff like that. And then from I learned is that my dad, he puts a lot of trust, and he just makes his employees like, you know, like family.
Okay.
And it worked out really good for him. But when he had crews where he was like, no, I don't know if they're gonna be stealing, you know, if they're gonna be, he's always thinking about them. Doesn't work out. So from that, just me watching and paying attention. The best team, even though you might have better individuals within like in a crappy team. Like let's say you have a superstar player, right? But then the team is all like a little
trash.
bit yeah.
Okay.
Not trash, but like necessarily untrustworthy. Like the team could be hella good at everything they do. Okay. But if they're like untrustworthy or like negative and shit like that, like they're always trying to compete, that's going down. Even though they give you good results, like, you know, even though if they're the best but they're just like bad people, I guess, negative people,
yeah.
It'll go down regardless. Jealousy, wanting more, all of that. A good team, if everybody's well-rounded, everybody's positive with each other, everybody's having a good time working together, always goes up. And just for me observing my parents, that's what I picked up from that. But what I was gonna get, okay, so you said starting it up and just with no experience like that crumbles within 2 years.
Show.
Very fast time. So I'm assuming here, but I guess your plan right now would be to work your way up, run own restaurant, and then start one. Yeah, that's okay. That's what.
So, and that's the thing. I've seen the bad aspects where how not to run a restaurant. Just always, you know, have very bizarre hours. When you say you're gonna close at 1 hour at one time, like let's say you close at 11, stay at 11. Because I remember when I was at New Year's, they say, "Oh, we're gonna close at 12."
Yeah,
We get to 12, 1, and it gets to 1, 2. When it gets to 2, 3, and that's at New Year's, bros. That's when the New Year's, and that was at the French restaurant. And I remember this chefs, they're always like,
we're hella mad,
bros. Because you say one thing and you flip up like that. It kills the spirit for sure.
Kills the spirit.
And
Yeah.
then and then
But what about in this business standpoint? It's like, oh shit, we're making a lot of money. Should we continue or promise our employees what we told them?
now that's just the thing.
I would promise my employees.
Exactly. I would say promise the employees. The reason why, I believe my theory is that when you want to make a lot of money, your goal is not to make a lot of money. It has to be something else besides that. Something moral, because money follows.
Okay,
You can't chase for the money.
No, yeah. I 1000% agree, and I tell that to everybody, bro. If your motive is money, you're never gonna get it. But from moving on from that, that's 100% true because you chase some money, you're not gonna find the end of it, brother. Like you're not gonna find that shit. But you follow something you love, money will follow you.
Yeah.
So that's true. And then
Amen.
in your restaurant business, yeah, that's basically what you're going for. You're going the right path, bro.
So in that job, right? It was a crappy job. I wasn't gonna lie. The kitchen was upstairs.
Oh,
So I developed an ass that day, bro. I developed an ass in that job, bros, because I had to carry so many food in the tray, and everything is always time paced, bros.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I had to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now when I go to work, where I work at now, it pays off sometimes. I mean, there's some girls be staring at my butt. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse, but
you got them glutes.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And I can't be bending over because sometimes I know there's one chef, right? She'd be like staring at me.
Oh damn.
Ooh, I can't be bending over. Like, oh man, this is how girls feel,
That
bro.
sounds like sexual harassment, sir.
But it's just staring. Like
I'm just.
I don't know. You can't touch, but you can't see. That's how I see.
That's crazy, bro.
But I was a tryhard in that restaurant. I've always been all my whole life. I always want to try to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in that restaurant, nobody really cared of the restaurant.
Okay.
They only know like a few things, and But I remember what pays off. Excuse me. What pays off is they had these cheese plates and charcuterie, and basically what a cheese plate and charcuterie like, basically it's a board that has like these types of meat that is imported from anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes along with these cheeses, and you can eat it with bread or with the grapes. And these cheeses, they're very fancy. They came from France, and I remember I was the only one that knows them. Every day I had to ask the chef, "Hey, what kind of cheese we have?" Well, over here, just look in the fridge. Sometimes they say that, but sometimes they'll tell me. But I've been told me like just look in the fridge.
Wow.
And I learned that we have goat cheese, and that's called Boucheron.
What's the best cheese, bro? Because I mean, I say that I like mozzarella, but I'm pretty sure the American mozzarella ain't shit compared to like the real mozzarella.
Well, the main question is, what do you want to eat it with? Like, if you just want to eat it by itself, do you want to eat it with something? Do you want to?
All right, let me see.
And see, that's where service comes in, bros. They ask you, what are you feeling for?
Yeah, you got this.
And they ask you
already.
that
Right,
shit,
so let me see. If I want cheese, I want it with. I don't want it with nachos. Hold on, I don't want.
Oh man,
nacho cheese.
I get a nacho cheese.
Yeah, I go with the nacho cheese. What do I want? Quesadilla.
My personal preference, I would go queso de Oaxaca.
Queso de Oaxaca.
Yeah, you ever seen that shit? It's like a ball made out of ribbon.
Oh, is it blue?
No, it's not blue. It's white.
Oh, never mind. No, I never seen it. What about for pasta? There you go. That was what I was getting to for noodles and shit.
All right, so let's say you get spaghetti, right?
Mm-hmm.
Typical classical spaghetti with red sauce.
Mm.
You can't go wrong with Parmigiano. But I like a little spice. I go pecorino.
Damn, I used to work at Subway, bro, and I remember like all those little cheeses. It was mozzarella,
provolone, yeah.
And there was like a
Swiss.
It was a Swiss one, and there's like a pepper jack. Pepper jack, there you go.
Pepper jack. Oh, that one's good too.
Yeah.
So, but here's the diff.
I gotta try real cheese, bro.
Here's the difference, though. I was the only one that tried hard for that
Mm-hmm.
to know everything what's in the restaurant. And I remember in that restaurant they had escargot. They serve snail and type of thing.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's really authentic French. They try to go
super French, yeah.
Super French. And I remember this one time they did it for a Valentine special where they sell fargois. Fargois, not for people that don't know, it's a most delicate French dish in all of France, and it's a goose liver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you make it sound like gross.
It's good.
It's actually pretty
It's
fancy.
bomb?
I feel fancy after that. I feel elegant. I feel extravagant.
Goose liver.
A goose liver, and it's called fargois. It's with a FOIS, GRAOS, something like that. I can't exactly how to spell it.
Damn, that sounds. It does sound nasty.
It
but
does
shit,
sound nasty.
I mean, frog legs sound nasty, but I fuck with those.
Oh, you fuck with frog legs?
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh God.
You don't know what? Let's do sell us frog legs.
You like frog legs?
Yeah,
Dude, you're like the first person that ever said that shit.
for real. You know, okay, you're telling me you going to like an Asian buffet, you don't get frog legs?
Hell no.
I love frog legs.
Oh my God,
It's
bro.
hella good. What about deer meat? Have you ever did?
I had deer meat. I
Deer
had
meat's
buffalo
really
as
good.
well.
I don't know.
The
if I
most
tried buffalo.
bizarre that I've ever had. I had to say, what was it? Well, I had escargot, so
The snail shit.
it's like a glorified booger if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say that. I think it has to be. Fuck, what was it? I had a lot of things, man. I had caviar, I had raw quail egg, and a sushi. It's called Sakura Kura.
Do you get like free lunches there
Where?
at your restaurants?
Some of them.
Some of you get free lunch.
Some of them.
Damn, that's some good
Some
ass
of them.
lunch, huh?
Where I work at, oh my gosh, man, there's always something good and it's something new every day.
And they give it to you for free.
Yeah, it's called
Damn.
family meal. Here's the trick. That restaurant only opens from 5:30 to 11, and they only give out food at 10 p.m.
10 for the employees.
For the employees, yes.
Okay.
But that restaurant itself, if you want to be like a customer, you want to eat there, and we'll get to that point.
Mhm.
If you want to eat there, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I
Really
bet.
expensive, man. I mean,
only
Canelo,
s-
Russell Westbrook, 49ers came to my restaurant
The 49ers?
after the Super Bowl.
Oh, really? So recently?
Yeah, it was recently,
that's
bro.
what you're
Richard
bringing?
Sherman was there walking. Everybody starts clapping for him, bro. It's like everybody recognized celebrities. You always see.
Wow,
celebrities.
that's
Russell Westbrook
cool.
was there too. That was my first celebrity I saw there.
Westbrook? That's
Westbrook.
sick.
He had his dreads on. I think he was out with his nephew and niece, something like that. But he had
Oh.
hella security guards, bro.
Yeah?
Same thing with Canelo.
Damn, why they have to, bro?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a boxer, do you really need security guards?
I mean, you got haters everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
For the basketball for Westbrook, I'm a little bit surprised he like I feel like everybody fucks with Westbrook. I mean,
Nah.
but nah.
No.
What you mean?
I feel like
I feel like
there's always gotta be someone that doesn't fuck with Westbrook, because Westbrook is very outspoken. You know that for a fact.
and then there's always gonna be people who just want money, try to rob.
Money, attention. They want attention as well.
Yeah,
They
attention
probably
too.
be maybe that one guy. Just think about it. Like, let's say you can grab attention by
Beating him up.
no, just being known to punch Westbrook. Like, that's
That
kind
is-
of cool.
That is a motive for some people.
Hell yeah, bros. I would do that too if I can, but I wasn't able to see. I wasn't able to get a picture for neither one of them.
Uh-huh.
But that's besides the point, bros. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. But at that French restaurant, I put a lot of effort in that job,
Mhm.
and the same server, right, that became a manager, she left that job because that place is fairly falling apart,
Environment was bad.
and she starts working at the where I'm at. It's
Mhm.
called Cut by By
Oh,
Wolfgang.
I heard about that. But yeah.
Wolfgang Puck, and it's at the Venetian or Palazzo.
Uh-huh.
It's weird how they connect their names. But from there, she said, "Hey, I know this one spot. They make good money, and it's very promising. But the only thing is, it's very hard. Like, you gotta know everything in the plate
Mhm.
by heart." And I said, "You know what? I don't know. I kind of like the job because they'll promote me for show and this
Mhm.
and that, and it's really near to." Dude, at that French restaurant, it's by the link. You see people that like ex models used to work there, bro. So you get a lot of. I'm serious. But what really changed me is what made me go there is when I was sitting down out in it was at church and I was at the benches,
Mhm.
and this one guy, he said that, my favorite spot to eat for steak is where I work
Cut.
at now. Cut.
And that's what you said.
And he was telling me, "Oh, bros, they make these steaks. They're fucking expensive, and it's so good though. Oh my gosh, it melts in your mouth." And I was like, you know what? He did say cut. I'm gonna give it a call and give it a shot. So then that's the only reason why I work there. And then now that where I work at,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, that stress level is so fucking high.
Did it? Damn.
Bros, they give out like a plate and it's like so colorful and it's pretty, but they tell you, they ask you, they test you, what's in that plate.
There's the chefs.
Everyone.
Every-
Actually, everyone, bros. The only people that actually test me more are the people that are the same level as me, like same position
Oh.
as me, or even higher, like backup servers. But yeah, that's a lot of stress, bros. Honestly, you feel so much stress going
Damn.
because they ask you for everything and they do way more work.
Mm-hmm.
But the pay is so cool, it's so great. And then you have this pride.
Mm-hmm.
I have this pride. I've never said to anyone that I'm proud of working somewhere till I work there. And what we do, and that's when I start working there. And when they interview me, they ask me, "Oh, so I've been told that you know your cheeses."
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "Yeah, I know my cheeses." Well, tell me a couple. oh yeah, we have a Boquerone. It's a goat cheese. It has a nice semi-hard structure, but it has cream inside of it. And
That
like,
sounds
oh, you know what?
good.
You sold me. You're hired. You know,
Wow.
cause I was the only one that know my cheeses. It
Mhm.
paid it off to work at a place like that. And of course, you
Yeah.
gotta know people to get where you at.
Yeah, networking. Very big.
But now that I work there, it's so it may be stressful, but I love the job.
Mm. And that's the best part when you do what you love.
Yeah, and when you bring that up, where like
Doesn't
you have like a whole environment of workers that treat you like family, they get
uh
along with each other, dude. I totally understand that. Back then, I used to be all alone. I used to be the one cleaning everything by myself, and I always be the try hard. Now, where I work at, everybody's a hard worker,
There you go.
and that's
But
yeah. I never seen that till
environment, bro.
it's
Is
always
gonna
yeah
be
key.
yeah key, bro.
Yeah, that's bars.
Well, sir, thank you very much for pulling up. You're gonna get your restaurant, bro. I'll definitely support you, brother. Don't worry. You know, if you want to pull up to the podcast, just let me know. Any final words that you want to say, Joseph?
Yeah, of course. I just want to give a lot of shout outs to everybody. Want to give shout outs to Eric's, all of them. Eric with the KC, everything.
There you go. Shout out Eric's.
I want to give a shout out to all the church homies, all the LBJA, that's the Christian private school. Want to shout out to all Mojave homies.
The 5 people in the Christian
The
school.
5 people, yeah. Want to give a shout out to all my ex coworkers. You guys still have my love. Obviously, you guys one of these days
There
again.
you go. You're just going on the
Alright.
top, bro.
Thank you, JC.
For sure, for sure. We're gonna have to wrap it up. Thank you everybody for listening in, tuning in today. Special episode. Remember to always follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. You know. Yeah, that's about it. Sam couldn't make it today. He had a family emergency, or
Always.
Yeah,
Family
he has-
first.
family first. He has to do it. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time. Peace.